Boys, just calm down. We don't need to throw punches just yet.
I just watched 3 premierships in 4 years just to watch this shit again.
The big angry men who run around and smash bodies.
If I see anyone complain or say that they can swap Martinelli for Matt and Mbappe, that's their
I'm just dreaming of beers. G'day guys, welcome back to another week of the Uneducated Nuffies. We're here on a public holiday. We don't stop. We're here for you Nuffies. I've come straight from work. I work hard here. I don't take days off on public holidays. Welcome back, boys. How are we going?
It's because there's games on public holidays. What are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm actually working.
Oh,
Rare.
I am working.
Rare.
I'm actually working 9 of the next 10 days before we go away.
Do you want a medal?
I've got 1 day off.
Do you want a medal for that?
thanks, champion.
I'm working hardcore, Kane Corn style.
Oh, God.
Getting paid a lot less than Kane is.
Yeah, pennies. Pennies and equivalents. But I'm not up at 5 a.m. on SCN radio, so who wins?
Probably still him.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
I'll take Kane over you.
Yeah.
Just
Can we actually get Kane on the pod instead?
He can sit in this seat.
yell at each
But
other.
boys, how was your weekend? What's up with you, Jonty? Because you had an eventful weekend, to say the least.
So every June long weekend, we go on a fishing trip. This was probably the worst fishing trip I've ever been on.
Name the place we went to.
No.
how many fish did you catch?
Sweet fat zero. There was generally just no fish.
What was the fish to beer ratio?
Well, about 50 to none. It was pretty bad. But yet 0 fish for the whole time. There were 10 fish overall caught by a group. One person had 8.
Sweet telling you, half of you guys are really shit at fishing.
No,
can't
3/4.
fish.
Except I don't pay lots of money for fishing stuff.
Do you just have like a shitty rod that you just bring out once a year?
No, I go fishing every once in a while.
Where? Where is there fishing out in your area?
I
Alternative.
go away.
Altona Pier.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
in group chats.
The South running bushlands.
Oh yeah, thanks, mate.
The wetlands.
So there's the sensor.
You can't say that.
Anyway, Jim, how was your weekend?
No, pretty good. Pretty busy as well. Was out and about a bit. During my little bit of time at home though, I was watching one of the games on Saturday on Fox. Do you know what I don't like? When old ex-teammates who are now in the media are interviewing their guys they used to play with.
Was this a Saturday game or a Sunday game?
Before the Geelong Suns game, Tom Hawkins was interviewing Paddy Dangerfield.
They literally played together last year.
Yeah, it feels so weird. Don't you agree? I don't like it.
I don't mind it, actually.
Well, Daisy has interviewed Steel Sidebottom and Scott Pendlebury all the time.
Who?
Daisy.
Oh, Daisy.
Yeah, no, I really don't like when old ex-teammates, one's in the media and they're interviewing each other, their old teammates when they're still playing. It just feels weird.
Yeah.
Depends how
Something
far
about
removed.
it, I didn't. Well, that was why this one was so weird because they played literally last year.
But I feel like it's going to have to happen. It has to happen at some point.
Nah, ban it. Stop it. I'm banning it.
Do you want to speak now? Mate?
I'll speak. I had a good weekend. Before we go, me and Jimmy did have a lot of beers yesterday. How many did we have in the end?
I don't know.
Around 8 o'clock. We had a lot of beers, but I found this new thing. I heard of them before, but I hadn't used them. And I think I found my new favourite thing besides the air fryer. And this thing is a game changer for cold winter nights. So obviously it was wet on Sunday in Melbourne. But one thing I learned, how good are hot hands?
You're so...
How good are hot hands? You were telling me you can have 2
No,
sachets of hand warmers that keep your hands warm for 8 hours in the cold.
do you know how happy he was with this thing?
Oh, it was beautiful. Every time I got a bit cold, I just put my hands in my pockets and they were there. And they kept my hands warm. I was dry. It was beautiful. It's the best thing since an air fryer.
You're 22 years old. You never heard about hand
No,
warmers
I
before.
know about hot hands, but I never used it. This is the first time I properly used them.
Oh my God.
It's like a miracle.
You
This
continue to amaze me.
how can shaking a sachet for 20 seconds create 8 hours of heat?
Oh my God.
That's what I want to know. On the hard-hitting questions here.
No,
No.
no.
They're very bad hitting questions.
Maybe the work's got me too hard today. Maybe I'm just delusional.
Hard.
I think so.
A bit delusional.
By the boundary umpire. And there is a pig at full forward.
You need to calm down.
Go to Pines! Come on! I'm from Maui!
Do a push-up with them on top of you, Jakey!
All right, so we had scary round. We've had loads of different rounds.
Close round.
Are we going to keep doing this each week?
We are. This round was wet round. Not because either the footy was actually wet or the games were wet as fuck because they were just awful.
Do you know what the highest score by any team was this week? Hawthorn with 81.
Such a bad
That was the
round.
highest score.
Yeah, pretty average football this week.
It's a bad standard. What are we
It
doing?
was pretty boring, and we went throughout the states. Oh, a lot of it was in Melbourne actually. We had a lot of
No,
Melbourne games.
Adelaide, Brisbane was the wettest.
Yeah,
that was wet.
Thunderstorm.
That was wet
Yeah.
though.
Very wet.
Are you right there?
I'm about to sneeze.
Don't say into the mic.
No, he's gonna have to cut this.
One eternity later.
Oh, we're back.
So, anyway, the Hawks found their groove again, beating the Doggies pretty comfortably in the end.
Yeah, the doggies didn't really fire a shot.
They had plenty of chances to do, but they just rolling the dice with lobby forward again.
Kind of classic doggies move, to be honest.
It was a very much it reminded me of the elimination final last year a bit.
What Doggies?
The Doggies Hawthorn game.
Just all Hawthorns
Just
were.
just like the Dogs tried stuff, it didn't work, and they just couldn't get firing at all. Like Bond didn't have his best game. Bailey Dale was quite quiet. The only real shining light was, why are you looking at me like that?
Bailey Dale had 30.
Yeah, but for his stand, it wasn't a good 30.
Not his usual.
Not his
effectiveness.
usual effectiveness.
They're better-
That's what I'm talking about.
Their shining light was Matt Kennedy.
Correct. I was about to say, he was their only sort of shining light. You can see they are missing him very badly down forward in Sam Darcy. I think he's that one thing you bring him back in, they look so much smoother getting entry forward.
Well, Norton is.
He
Keeps proving again and again he's not good enough.
We'll
Correct.
come back to Norton in a bit.
Norton, and then you don't have enough options forward.
Well, Norton may have to roll back because when Lobby goes up forward, the Doggies back line,
Nothing.
nothing.
They had Ryan Gardner playing on the weekend. I forgot he was a player.
Especially when they're not playing Jones too. If you're going to push Lobby forward, Jones should be playing.
Not Ryan Gardner.
O'Donnell can do only so much.
Yeah.
And it showed when Mabior Chol's having a field day.
Yes.
Marbiol.
He looked good.
This is one good game he's had this year too.
This is probably his best game he's ever played.
Yeah, he looked.
There was a game I remember he played at Richmond where he took the piss.
It's a while ago. Can't remember. Nah, he was very good. Best game of Hawthorn by far.
Yeah, him and Guinea both just led from example at the front.
Guinea's he's a little pest.
Guinea's having a real revival ever since he got dropped.
Well, he's had two
He's-
good games in a row.
Oh, he's been like good for
He's
five,
been
five,
very
6
good
weeks.
for the last 5-6 rounds.
No, he got dropped 5 weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying. Since he got dropped, he's been good. He's been good every
He
game.
got dropped around 7, came back since.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
true.
He's been outstanding.
They have been, and I think the Doggies can still turn it around again. It's
they'll-
So I think it's a one-off situation. Yeah, I think,
Hawthorn needed to get their game back. They did it against Doggies. Doggies will be fine.
but I'm still not 100% sold on Hawthorn just yet. One good game, they got to do it again, because if they revert back to their old ways of last week, it could. Because who they got next week? Is it Brisbane?
No.
No,
No,
Brisbane already.
they got Adelaide at Tassie
Yeah,
actually.
that'll be good.
So that's gonna be a real test, because Adelaide. Talking about Adelaide, they fired back in that last quarter. Brisbane absolutely just
Shut the bed.
shat the bed in a very wet encounter.
Brisbane had plenty of fucking chances though. So Zach Bailey should have kicked a goal.
He missed about 3.
There was Logan Morris did literally everything possible he could in that forward line to get anyone a goal. Cam ran to let one through his hands.
Devin Robertson had 2 shots a goal that missed. Lockie Neal missed an easy one.
Hipwood does what Hipwood does.
Oh, he's so bad.
So they should have come in that. But what I'll give credit to, Jordan Dawson final quarter generally took the game on his back.
Yeah, he was quiet for the first 3.
Yeah.
There's a
Not much
reason why
influence.
he's probably the favourite to win the Brownlow, because he's so impactful. How did Sydney let go of him? That's what I'm still shocked about.
Well,
He wasn't
I,
getting game time.
I get he wasn't getting game time, but with a talent like him in that midfield at Sydney right now is what's the missing piece.
Well, let's look at this. Jordan Dawson was going to go home anyway because he wanted to go home.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting a game time at Sydney.
yeah, but Sydney got rid of him for barely anything. It wasn't much.
But look at like Isaac Rankin. He basically said, "I'm going home. Like you can't stop me."
Yeah, it was a similar situation.
Yeah.
But no, he was amazing. Kicked that big goal in the last quarter. Other players like Key stepped up with 3.
Yep.
Rochelle's in back to rookie season form.
Yeah,
He's been
arrived
very
pretty much.
good.
he's had a I think last season he really was sort of not down in the dumps, but like he
had a
looked
bad-
lost
he
in
had a
that
bad
forward
year.
line.
He had a bad year last year.
I think now that he's sort of made himself as the number one main small forward that's consistently playing in that forward line the whole game, being that new role, has suited him.
Yeah, Ben Keys is also having a blunder of a year.
Yeah,
He
he just gets it done.
he gets it done. Blood ruled end the game, so that's not the greatest way, but
Oh well, they got the win. They hung on.
yeah, it's very much Adelaide persist. The only thing I'd have against Adelaide is that they did defend way too early.
Yeah, they went to shut down.
They went shut down mode. They needed to fucking go.
Well, they kept bombing it out of the 50 and Brisbane had all the numbers back just to relay for another entry.
I think if it was a dry football game, that could have been a really good game to watch. So, like, I would love to
it would have
see
been.
what it would have looked like.
It would have been probably 130 to
Yeah,
115.
there's two high offensive teams.
Yeah, and they moved the ball so well in the dry.
Yeah.
But as soon as you saw how heavy that rain was too before the game. It was pelting down.
Well, that's why it's wet round.
Just that one game makes it wet.
Although all games were really wet except
Thanks,
Marvel.
champ.
Oh, wow.
A lot of rain. Probably wasn't the biggest rain game, but we'll talk about this other one later. But Richmond and Sydney. This was 94 minutes between Richmond's third goal and fourth goal. It's a new club record.
Yeah.
Congrats, Richmond.
If they were going to do it any year, it would have been this year, though. Their team's
Oh
bad.
yeah, but
And they haven't had a bad
This
game
could
for a
be one of
while.
their worst games they've had this season.
This is the worst.
And I tipped him this week, and that's killed me.
I changed that last minute.
I should have backed
Thank God.
Sydney.
You know who actually stood up though for once?
Yeah.
Brody Grundy. He finally did
He
something
was
good.
good against a solid opponent as well.
Yeah, Nank was quite quiet. I think Sydney's midfield especially actually decided that we are better than these guys and we're going to show it. And that really showed, especially I think it was in that second quarter, where they dominated, like, they should have scored more. They just couldn't convert, but they were just winning every clearance, every stoppage. Like, Richmond could barely get the ball.
Yeah, look, it was an awful game. Let's say it there. I still don't think Sydney are any better, to be honest.
They're not, but it's a good motivation for their boys to try and say, we know how good we are. This is what we can do, and then hopefully just be more competitive. I think is what people want from them.
No.
No, tank for Jamara.
They are going to get Jamara.
Oh,
They are going to get Jamara.
it's a Buddy Franklin-like move.
Yep,
Exactly that.
it is. Continuing on more wet games in Victoria. Geelong versus the Suns.
Oh, so wet.
Now, these are two teams you want to watch play wet footy, because I think we have got the
No, Gold Coast
No,
in the wet.
Gold Coast, they're warm weather.
No, but they got the best.
They're
in my
so
opinion,
bad in the wet.
Gold Coast have the best wet ball player in the comp.
What,
Matt Rao.
Matt Rao.
What about the rest? The other 21.
Doesn't matter. Matt Rao will do enough.
No.
Well, it obviously
Really
didn't. They
didn't,
lost
did
pretty comfortably.
combined score in this game of 98 points.
Yeah, it was pelting down in Geelong. It was pretty wet.
Well, it
Again.
shows when Cameron has 6 touches and 1 point for the whole game.
Yeah, all the leading contenders for the Coleman did not kick a goal this week.
Yeah, it was very, very
Yeah,
wet.
bit of an interesting one. Very wet there.
Max Holmes, though,
40.
with Bailey Smith laid out for
Hamstring. No, it was hamstring awareness.
hamstring injury.
Hamstring awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
not what you think it is. I
No
can promise you.
anti-speeding.
I can promise you, it is a hamstring injury. Inside information, it's a hamstring injury. It's not
Sure.
It's not related to this Thursday night. Andrew Dillon rocking up to his house.
What, really?
It's
What was
not
that?
relating to that.
They didn't have a meeting at all, did they?
It's not relating to that.
Yeah, but anyway, Max Holmes without his co-star in the midfield just took over.
Finally proving it this year that he is up at Bailey Smith's level. Because he has been out of it compared to Bailey Smith.
A 40 ball is a great effort.
Oh, but I think when you lose Bailey Smith, he can be that number one option. Obviously, when Bailey plays, he's number one option. It's without it. He's the second best player, if not the best player in the comp at the moment.
He's top 3.
Feel free. Yeah. But Max Holmes, big game. Lots of the smaller boys in Geelong having great games. Grime Myers continuing his great form since coming back from head hurdy.
Stengel kicking 4 in those conditions.
Yeah, again, he ran into 2 or 3 of
I
them.
don't care. 4 goals in that weather's good.
Sean Manor, Tomac. Yeah, they're all just having great
Tom
games.
Stewart.
This is what
Tom
they
Stewart, that's the first game he looked good with that. Like, didn't look like he was sore.
Probably because it was the first week he wasn't actually sore this
Yeah,
year.
he's been playing very beat up this year.
And he did have one of the best bumps I've seen in
that
a
was
long
They're one of the
time.
cleanest bumps that
was
just
so
had
clean.
the most horrific outcome possible.
I thought Noah Anderson broke
What
his
happened-
ribs.
What happened to Anderson?
He got absolutely punted in the ground.
Have you-
Yeah, I know what happened, but is he hurt bad?
I
or
think
is he-
no, it might be
Okay.
bruised ribs. Maybe we don't know. It's not a concussion, so he's not going to get suspended. But speaking of Noah Anderson, he's actually had a very good year, easy potential All Australian, and I reckon he's up there almost in the Brownlow medal count at the moment.
He always gets votes. Have you noticed last couple
Yeah,
of years? He gets
he-
a sneaky vote getter.
So having it come out, probably until early this season because he'll be a fair few games for that.
Oh, we'll find out this
Couple of
week.
weeks, I reckon.
It depends on how he pulled it. It looked like he got up at least and was able to run off, but it was no.
Petrarca did that too.
It was no, because no punctured lung. He wasn't holding. He looked like he was just more winded than anything. He's a tough boy too.
No, he is a tough boy.
He's a tough boy.
All right, guys. Canberra just keeps on giving. It gives Hinkers another week, all right?
Oh,
The Giants are the biggest frauds in the comp.
they didn't score a point in the third quarter.
You can't give every team this accolade.
Well, you're frauds.
No.
But Giants are more fraudy because one week they win comfortably against Carlton. And then the next week...
Last week they barely beat Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they've not scored a single point in the third quarter against Port and lost by 16 points.
Yeah, they looked quite average.
Another awful game as well.
You know who was probably, I thought, had a stinker for his stats say otherwise, but who I thought had a stinker because every time he had the ball, he turned the ball over. That was Lockie Ash. We've been raving on him the last couple of weeks. He had a howler.
Oh, well, I think everyone in Giants had a howler if you're losing to Port. That's the only ones, only good people in that game was like for outside Tom Green, Sam Taylor. Jack
Yes, he was
Buckley.
great. Yeah, those two defensive.
Asad Regular was really good for Port.
Yep.
Because crazy thing, right? All that happened was that both teams bombed it.
Bombadillo, crocodillo.
Oh my god, that is so bad. But unfortunately, it means that Hinkley does have another week. Before
Someone please get rid of him.
Port just put a
We
trigger,
can't do
please.
this.
And Jesse Hogan sort of just slipped out.
He kicked two, but
Yeah, but again, the week before he kicked 0 against Richmond. And he's not sort of
he'll be fine, I reckon.
He's in a bit of a slump, you can say.
Well, when you kick 5 goals a week for every game for the last month before that, you are going to have a slump at some point.
That's true.
But I think he'll be right.
That's true. Let's go to the other side of the country to.
No,
we thought the Bunbury
hang on.
people would get treated to a good game
If
because
you are from Bunbury, we are sorry. As from
they sold the game out in 30 minutes when it was first announced, and they get West Coast versus North Melbourne in my opinion, the worst game of the year.
Yeah,
We're
And
sending
possibly
them.
the last decade.
We're sending both these teams to AFL Canada. That was one of the worst games.
So bad. And West Coast should have won this easily.
Oh, they
Let's say
should have.
that.
They had
Behind.
so many
Behind.
6 goals, 16. They
If
kicked.
Jake Waterman was playing, they would win by 50 because they would actually have a target that wasn't Jack Williams or wanting to leave Oscar Allen.
I've never seen a team as low as what North Melbourne are on the ladder win a game and still lost.
Yeah, no.
Both these teams lost.
Awful. I mean, North did.
The only people who lost were the crowd
Yeah, poor Bunbury.
because they
Poor
came
Bunbury
out
people.
in waves and there was a brilliant crowd. They should. I think I was listening to it on either the radio or the footy. They were saying they should make it them the 20th AFL team.
Bunbury.
Yeah, Bunbury.
Because they got 8 leagues down there.
They should.
Big town.
Freo
They
would
love
have
their
no fans
footy.
left, but
They love the town. That would be good. Or just relocate Freo to Bunbury.
No. Freo's fine. Freo can stay. North,
Relocate North Melbourne to Bunbury.
North or
Tasmania now.
yeah, well, Tassie isn't happening. So
Tassie moves to Bunbury.
Darwin, but Crocodiles could be on the field, and Bunbury, but it could just get
Alice
sunburned.
Springs, but you can't play night games.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean, North did wake up in the last quarter of this and get over the line, but Jesus Christ.
They crawled over the line, some would say.
We're quickly going to put this on the record. Pink Theory's back.
Oh, yes.
Last game
Last
was an
week was a
outlier.
It was, outlier. Sometimes you have those outlier in the statistical analysis. That was it.
Collingwood is too good for
Who
the
did North have next week, actually?
No, they play. They have a home game at Optus Stadium versus Fremantle.
Oh, that's what they got Freo than Carlton.
So so
they have
they'll
home
beat
ga-
Carlton, but they won't beat Freo.
They have Optus. They have home game at Optus versus Fremantle.
They will not beat Carlton. Stop buying this delusion.
What is
Speaking of delusion,
Oh, crazy! This.
I was.
You were very delusional.
Oh no, I was quite tame. I thought last night.
Okay, well, but from quarter 2 to 1 minute left, you had zipped mouth.
I did. I said to Jimmy at when we were up 40-8. I'm like, this is giving me flashbacks of Richmond all over again.
And guess what happened? You nearly
You
shut
almost
the bed.
did it.
You should have
But Carlton scraped over the line as well. Look, it actually was a good game.
No, it wasn't. I don't know what you guys were watching. That was almost as bad as the North West Coast game. Send them both to AFL Europe.
we have an excuse.
Yeah, it was wet at least.
No, we're just so young.
We're no
We don't know
Harry.
What's going on? Oh, great.
Yeah, great. Hudson O'Keefe did better than.
Hudson actually looked okay on
Both of them
debut.
did okay.
Yeah.
Wall did well.
Carlton's start though was beautiful. Like that's a footy where I should be expecting to see for all 4 quarters every week. But
Okay,
no,
where was that for the next 3 quarters?
yeah, it disappears.
real.
Second quarter was like, could be better.
Carlton's third quarter.
Third quarter, fourth quarter, yeah, oh,
No, so I said
Because even in the fourth quarter, when Zach Williams kicked the goal running into the open goal, it should have been game over.
it should have been.
And you just let us back into the game
Should
like
have been.
that.
It was awful. What is Zach Merritt doing out of kicking out of fullback?
he was getting tagged out by Chincotta.
Yeah, but why are you putting him at halfback? He should be an inside midfielder. This is a Kane Cornstakey. I'm sticking. I agree with Kane.
You're right. Right. What the fuck is he doing there?
Thank you. And when he kicked out, he turned the ball over straight away. He should not be kicking out. You have so many better people to kick out.
Nick Martin should be on kick out.
Nick Martin's the only person who should be on kick-ins because
It's
Pidge,
either him or Redmond, and Redmond's injured. So.
and Pidge is fucking awful.
I didn't get it. It just didn't make sense.
No, Merritt, you're so right. Merritt is, in my opinion, like top 3 people in the comp you want kicking the ball inside 50. He's such an accurate kick, so precise. What Brad Scott? No, I'll talk about Brad Scott in a minute.
But it was good. It was a breakout game, I think, for Ollie Hollands too. I thought that was his best game he's played of his career to date.
He was the only reason why the ball was even moving in the second half because
Yeah.
Carlton were very much in their own way of, hey Jacob, do you want to pass the ball to Sauce? Hey, do you want to
Sauce is playing some again. Even though he's missed a couple of weeks now, he's every time he comes back, he looks so good
He did play well.
He did play well.
because it means that there's not as much pressure on Wiedering, and Wiedering just throws his body on the
You
line
know
each
what?
week. Wiedering hasn't had a corky for about 4 weeks because Silvani's been playing.
Wadering's also down on his best form, I reckon.
Oh, but you put him in his best form. He's the best player and best defender in the
I
comp.
will hold my hands up. Nick Haynes is playing the best footy he's probably
I
played
love
in a
Nick
long-
Haynes.
He is only there for a paycheck, but he's doing a very good job
Give
with
him
the
a
paycheck.
3-year contract.
Oh,
This is what the old football. I hope he's gone up in this order because he's been good.
We'll come back to that later.
But before we move on to today's game, I just want to bring up something because Essendon fans need to settle down a bit because yes, they did lose, but this is breaking news. I'm breaking news here. I don't think the media's picked up on this. But Essendon fans, you do not need to get angry and smash people's mirrors of cars in Yarra Park because you lost a game.
I don't want to rope all Essendon fans into this. I think people who do this aren't footy fans. In
Yeah.
general, they're just scums.
Because a lot of these people were people who worked at the MCG, the game. Yes, you guys lost, but because I can confirm it was Essendon fans. I'm not just calling this. We have
It's like the bottle gate. This isn't like
we have. There was the viewing. There were scarves involved, but you don't need to go smashing people's mirrors. Because because Yarra Park won't do it. They're trying to say no, it's not our fault, but we pay for parking and we ask for secure parking, and this happens.
You know, I'm part of a union or something.
Yes, the media union.
CMFU.
The media union.
That's what we start off.
All right, slide time.
Yeah. The big phrase, the slide again. I feel like every year it gets a bit like even more meaningful, and just the whole experience is really good.
I can agree. I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw your big head on TV.
oh, guys, it's okay. I'm famous now, guys. I had a lot of people tell me I was on TV.
You probably were shining so hard in people's
It's
faces
okay.
it wasn't funny.
It's okay. I'll take autographs later.
No one cares.
No, it was a great day. To put it into perspective, I think it was one of the coolest games I've ever worked in my career. Being in the room pre-game when Neil Danaher was doing the rev up for all the sliders, it was like very emotional. You can feel the emotion because we love Neil. What he's done so far for MMD, the money he's
he's a
raised
remarkable man.
has been unbelievable. We know probably we don't have as much time left with him as we hope, but what he does, his way he goes about life is phenomenal. And I think this thing is one of the best things because no one was booing each other. Everyone was celebrating until the game started.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was-
I got a point in a minute.
but who was the best slider, you reckon? Who was the best dressed slider?
Well, Shervo was funny.
Matt Sheridan.
Shervo
He
was
got the plane home too in the Thorgy.
I found Shervo pretty funny.
Shervo was good. Who else was good? So you had what else we had? We had
Cadell Evans was corny.
yes.
Peter Dacos was the Joker.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
You had we had
You You were there.
Mark Taylor was Shane Warne. I thought he should have dressed up as a Fujitsu air conditioner. that would have been funny.
This gets paid to do Fujitsu.
Just dressed up as an air conditioner.
Fujitsu's actually donating $1 million to the cause. Anyway.
Sell out. Ultimate sell out. Scheme.
Liz Watson was Barbie.
Makes sense.
You had,
Who am I forgetting?
Titmus
was from Greece. She was the
Captain Kim.
yeah.
She was
There was the actor, Matt Noble, I think his name is. Matt Nable. Yeah, he was dressed up as, what's his name from AC/DC?
Yeah, there's lots of good songs.
There's lots of good ones.
It's good every year.
Yeah, they had a lot of good ones. It was great pre-match entertainment for everyone. But then when the game started, yeah.
Can I make a point of the first quarter, just from watching on the TV, it might have been like the most whingy sets of fans I've ever heard.
Oh, it was so...
Because you had Collingwood fans noticing that Nick Dacos is getting a hard tag.
Yeah.
And their beautiful little princess is being touched.
Don't talk about anything like that.
So they were sooking. And then you have Melbourne fans who are sooks in general.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
So,
very
and
sooky.
they hate Collingwood, so they sook more when it's Collingwood.
Because we murdered 3 people in the last 3 games played against them.
It probably was the game of the round, though, too.
Yes,
it was.
It was good football. The MCG's had a fair bit. It looked pretty muddy.
The mud on the G was good.
Did you see? I'm going to talk. We'll talk about this as well. The cameraman who slipped over on Fox. I talked to him after the game. He had the massive bruise on his ass from falling. It's generally like
it's hilarious.
You walk over the middle and it's just mud everywhere. Like there's no grass. It's 80% mud.
That's good.
That's what happens when 18 men walk through it all game.
You mean 36?
Well, no. I know the damn Day did not leave that 50.
No.
Anyway, what a game for us, guys. We definitely didn't just...
Should have lost.
Same old Melbourne.
You made Melbourne look good.
Melbourne shot for our games.
They do.
They hate us so much.
I'm aware.
And we like just kind of dislike them.
Yeah. No, Melbourne, same old issues for Melbourne. If you find Melbourne move the ball really well from D50 almost to the midfield, but that last kick going inside 50, the connection's just not there.
What cost him was that Fritsch goal, obviously. Playing on 20 metres out. Just go back and slide
He was
it.
so good apart from that moment as well.
He actually had a really
great
good game.
Apart from that silly
who was it? How about Langdon's mark as well?
To be honest.
To Specky. That was Melksham, wasn't it?
Was it
That's
Melksham?
Melksham.
No,
Sorry,
and he
Melksham.
missed the shot.
Yeah.
Just
Good mark.
The whole forward line, very funny to watch. Can't do much.
No.
Clayton Oliver delivering in the 50 as well. Doesn't help when it's just being blasted.
Yeah. You know what else isn't good? Umpiring.
Oh, that was awful.
There was a lot of bad calls.
Loads of bad calls.
Dacos getting
got glazed.
Getting a pinky to the back and getting a push in the back.
The only reason why is because it was so Langdon did not even try.
He
to
already
hide.
threw his hands before he got touched.
I know, but Langdon put both arms out when he didn't need to. It was already going over his head.
Yeah, I was about to say it cleared him.
It was so bad. Do you know what though is funny? We are now, since Craig McRae has come across, we've won 5 games by 1 point.
Ridiculous.
That's good effort.
That is so dumb.
I also had 1 touch today too. 1 disposal.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Me. I got 1 disposal.
Half of Billy Frampton's 2023 grand final stats.
It's quite a good stat.
Can we talk about Billy Frampton's second half?
Oh, Billy was terrible.
We should have subbed
What does Billy do half the time?
Defend. He's actually
he did not defend today.
He's been very good normally.
He did not defend today.
Today he got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, and that's the scary part.
And he doesn't spoil when he
normally
kicks the ball.
he either kicks it backwards or he handballs.
Yeah,
it.
well, when he went to kick it backwards in the last score and he kicked it straight to Tom Sparrow.
or hey Billy, there's 2 minutes 30 left. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, hey Darcy, run.
I'm going to kick it to you, Darcy, in a 3-on-1.
No. It was Darcy versus Petrarca. Billy decided, I'm just going to kick it out, actually.
Kicks the ball out of bounds.
Oh, it was good.
Oh.
But we had a boxing match come into the game because...
Stephen May's a psycho.
He wants another Melksham fight.
Yes, Gorney had a bad kick that cost them the game.
But he's also the goat of that football club.
He's also the best captain in the AFL, and I don't want to hear otherwise. He's the best.
Overall leadership, yes.
He's the best leader. He's the best on the mic.
No, Darcy Moore's the best on the mic.
No,
talks for 15 minutes?
No, because you can't. Once you give him the mic, you can't take it away from him.
That's the point.
No, that's
so
not what I
good.
want.
Yeah,
He's so good.
Gordon's on Triple M radio 2 days a week.
Gorney.
Moore will be on there if you give him an interview on one day. He'll be still there in 3 days.
No,
No,
more feels more like an SE.
Gorney's saving Melbourne constantly with his media.
Yeah.
He's
More seems more like a 3AW type of person.
No, he's Triple J.
Triple J. Triple
With his
J.
No, that's Bob Murphy. Oh no, he's
ABC.
ABC. Ah, yes.
Have you not seen all the buses with?
Yes, I keep seeing it pop up everywhere.
Darcy Moore's Triple J. Separate bedrooms.
One for me, one for Jamie Elliott.
We're still on this.
That's staying in.
All right, guys, it's nearly tax time.
He wouldn't know about that.
Get your tax turned in. I got to talk to my accountant.
Your mum.
No, my mum is not my accountant.
Please do my tax return.
Anyway, so I decided to do an audit, and one thing I've noticed recently of the AFL is that old people are becoming the new young people.
Yeah, they just.
You're a Collingwood supporter.
That's the point. So I noticed it.
when you notice things.
So I went through the league. I went through every team.
So have you split this up in an age demographic?
So
Didn't we
this
do
is-
this like a couple weeks and months
so
ago?
Some of these are due to have a little bit of change. But so 32 plus, and they can't just be in the VFL getting a paycheck.
Oh, so
Tom
a
Mitchell's
certain
banned.
Tom Mitchell.
Tom Mitchell isn't actually 32 yet.
He feels like he's 37.
He feels like it.
He's bald.
You're bold.
You're-
No,
you're-
I'm receding.
You're 22 though, so
Yeah,
like
so Tom Mitchell has more of an excuse. Anyway, so I've split this into 5 tiers. So tier 5 is there for a paycheck. Tier 4 is phasing out. Tier 3 is top 15 to 18. Tier 2 is key contributor. And tier 1 is still elite. Right. Now, I want to start off with there for a paycheck. Let's go off to Goldstein.
oh yeah,
He was only there to get his coaching license and money.
yeah.
David Swallow. He's there.
He's still in the league?
He's still on the Suns. He was the sub the other week.
He plays a few games every now and then.
Yep. Mitch Duncan. I would give him.
Actually having some good games this year.
He is, but beforehand, when I made this list, he was literally there to get the games up to 300. And
So
then,
have you not changed his list?
I'm not changing Mitch Duncan. He's still shit.
I
No
would've
one
put him
would
in.
recognize him if you didn't like put a photo next to the guy and say he plays for Geelong.
No, I could recognise him. He's played 300 games for the club.
And you wouldn't notice him in the game.
Good on him.
To be honest, yeah. When we did that, when it was his 300th game, all that TV wanted to look at was Bailey Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. Darcy Fort.
Yep, that's enough said.
Premiership ruckman.
Lockie Keefe.
Forgot about Keefe.
Mason Cox.
Yep,
Without a doubt.
Sam Day.
yep,
Taylor Duray.
yep.
Alex Sexton. Sam Frost. And Taylor Adams.
He's
Taylor Adams,
32.
Tyler Adams is really getting paychecks.
he just wants to go in his finance
He's
career,
really getting
but he
paychecks.
still has a contract to run down. So, all right, phasing out. Now, some of these players are simply because if they were at any other team, they would not be in this. They wouldn't have a contract,
Yeah.
or they're running down their contract still. Reece Stanley,
He should be in
he
the
should
one
be.
below.
He should, but he plays every game. So I'm going to give him
Because
that.
they've got no ruckman.
That's the point. Nick Haynes.
No,
is in there.
no.
If this was the Giants still, he would have been completely out of the league. You are just so desperate for a third.
But if you're putting him, tier 3 has top 15, 18. He's been Carlton's top 15 to 18 this season easily.
I'm putting this.
I'd say in 8 teams he'd been the best 15 to 18. So in half the league he would be.
I'm still putting him in the phasing out because at the time when I made this list, he was
I thought this was an audit, not just a redo.
an audit.
Thought you changed the rankings.
Well, I ordered it like 4 weeks ago.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, Jack Darling.
He should be in the bottom, actually.
He should be, but he was playing last year for most of the season. Still has sometimes plays all right. Jamie Cripps, Jason Johannesson, injured. Actually doesn't play too badly when he isn't injured. Same with Jake Melksham. If there's any other team, Jake Melksham would not be playing as many games as he does. No. Joel Hamling, once again. Sydney don't have any forwards, so he's getting a game. Cogs, Stephen Canelio.
Yeah.
He doesn't get any games. Tom Lynch, contract.
And has to be there.
Has to be
because there's
there.
no one else.
Will Hoskin Elliott, usable role player, but phasing out.
Can't bench today.
Yeah,
Any
he's
sub?
actually pretty good in the last
Like
quarter.
they kicked the last goal.
No, he didn't kick a goal.
No, he didn't.
I thought he kicked it. No, he
No,
missed
he
it. You're right.
Pass it off.
No, he didn't.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Because they were running the clock down.
Yeah.
Luke Bruce,
Yeah, he's not playing.
Boost.
Dylan Shield.
Yeah, he's
He
down.
would get a run somewhere else, but not Essendon.
He was playing at the start of the year and playing quite well, actually.
Yeah. Tom McDonald
Oh my
Funny
gosh.
man.
and Sam Doherty.
Yeah.
If
He's
Carlton,
been improved the last 2 weeks.
He
Yeah,
has.
the last 2 weeks he's actually been quiet.
but
good
if
for
Nick
us.
Newman was there,
He'll be playing, yeah.
okay,
Yeah, that's why he got dropped. He got dropped and then he played good form. He's playing okay at the moment. He had
He's
a
doing alright.
26 yesterday.
all right. Top 15, 18. Mark Blitzarves.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Brody Smith,
Yep.
Jeremy McGovern, when he doesn't have head hurdy.
Yeah.
Jack Gunston. I would put him up higher, but last season I can't get out of my head. Jack Crisp once again.
But isn't this a 2025 tier?
Yes and no. I still wouldn't have Jack Gunston. Jack Gunston disappeared for the last.
Yeah, Jack Gunston hasn't done anything in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Jack Crisp, solid, not a key contributor. Bradley Hill.
I'd put him down.
No, he's been very good actually.
I wouldn't say very good. I'd say he's been okay.
One I am questioning now from up. Jeremy Howe, been very good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's probably a key contributor.
Luke Parker.
Yep.
Mason
he can always be out there.
basically
He's
coaching.
been pretty good.
He's
been
basically-
pretty
He's
good.
basically coaching their midfield.
Yeah.
Mason Wood when he's not head hurdy either.
He's 32.
Yep.
God.
Rory Lobb.
Lobby's 32.
Yep.
He's like, I think he's older.
The lobster.
No, he's 32.
Good hair this week.
Rory Laird.
Yeah.
Callum Ward before his leg snapped in half.
Paul Wardy.
Travis Boak. Ryan Lester. Sneakily good.
Yeah, he's actually an impressive player.
Dane Rampy.
Yeah, I agree.
Nathan Broad.
Brody's good.
Brody Mychek.
When he can kick.
He can mark as well.
No, yeah, when he can kick.
Jimmy Webster. I give him the fact that he actually is good defending. It's just St Kilda. Jake Lloyd.
Lloydie.
Liam Jones when he isn't being dropped.
I was about to say, Jones has been pretty average this year.
And Jared Witts because he can't do anything else other than hit the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, but good contributor.
Bad around the ground.
All right. Now we're at the top 2 tiers. All right. Libba. Very good player.
Gun.
Almost was still elite. Very,
I
very
would
close.
call him elite, to be honest.
Steel side bottom.
Yeah.
He's a good key contributor.
Scott Pendlebury.
Quite good footballer
So
he is.
old.
Both played elite today.
Had a good
So
chat to him today.
old.
Paddy Dangerfield, and the only reason why is because he misses too many games.
Yeah.
But when he plays, I'd call
He
him.
is so good. And Jeremy Cameron as well. I also didn't put in elite. The reason why is because he's starting to miss a lot more than he's kidding.
I still think he's elite.
When you miss goals.
You'll see I have a very high standard for the top 3 here.
Okay.
Taylor Walker made it up that high.
Tex.
This was at the time when I made this original list.
Size, right?
He was outperforming Phil Thorpe and Fogarty at the time.
Yep.
Dane Zorko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he can actually hit a target.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam Trelaw with the caveat that
When he's healthy.
when he's healthy.
Well, last year was elite.
Yeah.
I was trying for a reason.
Thomas Stewart.
When he's healthy as
When
well.
he's healthy.
A lot of these are when they're healthy.
Yeah, I know. Stephen May. When he's not fighting Max Gorn or Melksham.
He was actually very good today, Stephen.
Yeah, he was. And Jamie Elliott.
Yeah.
Second in the Coleman right now.
Got to be there.
Yeah,
gotta
I'd
be
put him. I wouldn't put him any
Who's
higher.
your top?
Now, I'm gonna go order for these 3 because these 3 are, in my opinion,
I think
the
there's a
best
clear
of-
number one.
There's a clear number 1. Number 3, Toby Green.
Yep.
He can be hit or miss, but his hit
He's
is
best.
the best. And he probably play till he's 37 as well.
Probably. Good football.
As long as he doesn't punch anyone
I think he
out.
only played his 200th or 250th recently.
Yeah.
250 against Carlton it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So elite talent. Lockie Neal,
Jockey Nuts, Brownlow medalist.
2-time.
2-time Brownlow medalist. He still
He's
plays.
got 2.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Still plays at elite level. Can't fault him.
Brownlow medalist. Not Brownlow. Premiership player.
But there's still daylight
deserved.
between him and number 1. Max Score.
Yeah. He's pretty good at football.
He's pretty good at this
He's
football
also
thing.
tall.
Are we at the point now he's the best ruckman of all time?
Yep.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah.
Has he got 7 All Australians right now?
He'll have 8.
Yeah,
this
he's
year.
chasing. He's
Going for
chasing
number 8
8.
this year, and he'll probably get it.
Yeah, he's been better than Sherry.
Yeah, he's easily at number 1.
Anyway, from that alone, ignore that. From that alone, that's also the highest amount there's ever been of 32 plus in the comp.
Yeah.
I think it's at a point that the players are so well looked after that they can play when they're older because they got all this great recovery, great physios,
science.
all this that they're looking after their bodies a lot more than what they used to. They're not bashing each other and trying to just hurt their body and throw it around like some certain players in the league. But it's
Did
good.
you deliberately not put Nuff in there?
I've just decided he's retired.
He doesn't play the game this year. He's played
I
one.
just remember that he's still around, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
Nathan.
I've just decided he's retired.
He's broken down.
Yeah. So not in that list.
I miss Prime 5.
Let's go to hot takes.
Oh, some sizzlers.
It's a bit hot in here. It's a bit hot in here.
Hot takes.
Anyway, now one thing fishing trips are great for is for chatting shit. Right. And one of the people on my fishing trip is a Carlton fan. Now,
Good bloke.
Now he wanted to organise some tickets, so he rang the club. And while I was in
Average
the
Carlton fan move.
yeah, and as he was speaking to the attendant on the other side, they're like, "Oh God, does the club membership come with therapy sessions?" And then he starts just complaining. And he goes, "This is his hot take. We have Durden, we have Motlop, Williams, and these other in our forward line. It's like having Tony Mockbell in there. No fret."
I want to know why is he calling up the football club for tickets? It's
he
Ticketek.
couldn't figure it out, so he rang up.
Oh, I don't know how to go to Ticketek.
No, like apparently because he's very high up membership.
Oh, he pays the $250 membership. Oh, look at him go.
No. He's
Ah,
He goes
so
for-
he knows Tony Mockbell.
He goes for Carlton.
yeah. Remember that?
There's a lot of wogs. Is he wog?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Okay, yeah.
Send him.
Yeah.
Templestowe guy.
No,
No.
not even my woods.
Bulleen.
Okay, stop naming suburbs.
He's not from fucking Melbourne, dickhead.
Oh, he's an interstater.
Country Victoria.
Ah. Regional. Oh, okay,
Shut up.
Can't say that word.
All right, you have to cut from when I say it's not from fucking Melbourne, you dickhead.
Oh well.
I heard one hot take today whilst watching the Big Freeze game. Come from one of Channel 7's own, Daisy Thomas.
Go.
He was speaking. Bailey Fritsch kicked a goal in the last quarter, snapping the boundary, and he's just talking about it as the ball's going back to the middle. If you're going to back yourself to kick it, you've got to kick it.
Good Carlton footballer Daisy was.
Double agent.
Good
Him and Mickey
Carlton
double
footballer.
agent.
No. Daisy wasn't the double agent. It was only Mick.
Nah.
Daisy actually liked Carlton and he stayed there
Because he
for a
got
long
lots of
time.
money.
Yeah.
Lots of money to do nothing.
That was Daisy's
I need
absolute,
his stuff.
that was Daisy's absolute zinger.
Good take, Daisy.
Yeah.
How good was it? I keep forgetting about this. How good is it having Bruce back on commentary?
Oh yeah,
It's great.
I did like.
Oh,
seeing
it's
Bruce.
just like it's
just watching him steer the ship.
Oh,
He
it's
just
so-
knows what he's doing.
imagine
It's
like
natural.
imagine you
and
had
then
a,
BT comes in and he goes,
Look at Dacos.
imagine you had like a commentary team of like you had
I just
Bruce, you had Matt Hill, and you had what's his name from Adelaide from Five
Oh,
Rowie.
Why is Rowie there?
Get Rowie in.
Oh no.
for Adelaide games.
Oh god. Just
Rowie.
bias. That's one bias.
Let's go to the pressure point.
Steven Seagal, his favourite movie, Steven Seagal. Isn't the Vox Pops meant to be about a straight bloke taking a piss out of his face?
All right, boys. Who is in the pressure point this week? Do you want to talk about Mendons first, or
yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let's go to the coaches.
Coaches, because Dean Cox has been reduced from 100 billion to 1 billion.
yep,
Good win.
One
Do
on
it again.
Dean.
one win against Richmond gets you that far. Not that far, but still further down.
Yeah.
Ken
Ken also went down.
winning against the team.
Normally, when you win a game, you go down.
Just winning a game, but he's still in the cage.
Win one game. Who they got this week? They have Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. That could be interesting.
Oh.
That could be very interesting.
Yeah.
Get a win like that. That would be good for them.
Rossi's still at 10,000.
No, I think he didn't play, so no. And one hour his Vegas trip went.
We'll hear about it this
We'll
week.
hear about it this week.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Vossi's gone up.
This is bullshit.
No.
It's not.
Nearly choking against handbally Essendon.
Handbally 18-year-old Essendon.
It doesn't matter. We still won. You shouldn't go up for winning a game.
You nearly threw it away again.
I know we do it every
Nothing
week.
has changed.
This is nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that's the point. Nothing has changed. You had a bye week and nothing has
If
changed.
nothing has changed, why is he going up then?
Because something has to change.
Do something.
No, if something changes, then he should be the same as what he was last week.
No.
By that logic,
No.
No.
Nothing changed.
Don't understand.
No.
It's dumb delusional brain.
Sam Mitchell is still in here.
He's times one.
Yeah.
I think 1 week again. Do it again.
Yeah, but well done.
Clarko.
Oh, staying in there for worst win
Staying
ever.
in there.
For worst game ever.
Yeah. See, if they beat Freo, you are removed from the rest of the season.
Yeah, because no, I actually, you know what? This is, I was saying to Nathan yesterday, this is North's most points in a year since 2021.
Yeah.
They're on 14 points.
Yep.
Insufferable.
So if they beat Freo,
They're paying $5.10 to beat them at Optus.
They're not winning.
They're not winning.
That line is so short for Fremantle for an away game.
now these are the new ones. I am bringing back the Adam Kingsley hate train. I don't care about it.
Is this because he arced up to Craig McRae once?
Yep.
So you don't like him?
Yep. I don't care if I get beaten to a pulp. That's fucking awful losing to Port.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. Especially in Canberra.
Yep. Where you should be having a good game.
Yeah. My turn. Brad Scott. Seriously. We have a player who's top 5 player in the comp this year. Is up there in the middle, and you put him at halfback. He has 14 touches. Put him in the midfield, we might have done something.
Especially against the midfield when he had Cripps, Walsh, and Hewitt in there at some points.
He's the amount of people that are out of position. I know we're injured, and you kind of just got to get by at the moment. But there's
It's
so
like
many
the
things.
Shees are playing.
There's been multiple things this year Brad Scott's done where you go, what are you doing? Redmond playing midfield for a half in round 1. Dylan Shield halfback experiment.
Merit halfback experience.
Brad Scott's
Yeah.
becoming a new sort of Bevo. Just slowly, Bevo tendencies are coming into
I
it.
think he's losing his mind a bit.
I would too.
To be honest, yeah.
Let's have a look at the players. One amendment. Jesse Motlop has gone from 100,000 to 10,000.
We put him up actually.
No, he's not gone
He
up.
didn't. He
Had a good game.
he ran
last night.
around. Yeah, good job.
He big intercept marks, kicked 2 goals.
He took one intercept mark where he pushed someone in the back.
I thought he actually played like better than his normal self.
He put paper mache over a big crack.
I
And there's
think
lots of
you,
water
you,
coming through.
you were just trying to just put this guy down because of certain.
He literally gave away
things.
4 free kicks in the second half.
You literally were yelling at him too, if you're saying, never play again.
He didn't. He literally.
I'll still say that.
The only reason why the game was still close because Motlop every time the ball went forward decided I'm going to do something not right here.
Let's have a look.
He could have buried the game in the last quarter and he missed a very easy
Oh,
shot.
you missed an easy shot. Let's have a look at his stats, Sam. Give me a sec.
He's a bit far down, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a fair way down.
Yeah, there we go. Still keeps
No,
going.
because it's in name order. So Jesse Motlop had 12 disposals, 9 kicks, 8 marks, 5 tackles,
He had an okay game. I'll give you that. He was okay.
and he didn't have a clanger.
That's a lie. He just had so many bad points still.
No clangers.
Anyway, he still needs to be up there because it's still not good.
He's still in there. I agree with that.
Yeah, he needs to be better.
All right, Giannis stays in because he haven't played. Sicily finally took the injury break. Only 2 hours after we basically said it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nick Watson suddenly disappeared again.
Oh, he got sick.
He got sick. And then went out with Ginnivan the night after the game.
Yeah,
Emerson.
Interesting that.
nice whiz.
Aaron Norton. He's the first addition.
He could have been here a while ago.
He should have been here a
I don't know
while
why we
ago.
didn't put him in.
There is no other key forward in that forward line. Lobby has to go forward and kick 2 goals for you to do anything. Doggies.
Doggies ball.
Norton's a lucky man that Darcy's not far away.
He is so lucky.
And another forward doesn't play.
Well, yeah, we know that.
But if you can't be the key man as a key forward, and you need to be relied upon when
He got beaten in every contest.
Yep.
By a man like Barras has been out of form the last 2 weeks.
I've heard. Do you know what happened where he had that at Collingwood? We put him back. Norton's playing centre half back for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Has to happen because it needs something to change.
Yeah. The entire Richmond Football Club for failing to kick a goal for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Quite impressive.
Should be the week for them to debut Smiley next week.
Should be.
Is he even,
I think.
Is he injured still? or-
No, I think he's playing VFL still. They're just biting their time, but I think now's the time.
May as well try some other things. Also going to include for that last quarter the entire Brisbane forward line. Just kick the ball through the big ones.
Unable to hit a target for the whole quarter.
Would be
Drop
nice.
marks, drop miss kicks. Come on, boys.
Darcy Parish wasn't on the list, but Darcy Parish had the most empty 31 touches ever seen.
That's what Darcy Parish does every game he ever plays.
But this was probably extra empty because he was genuinely
No, this is normal.
no.
No,
This felt different because you actually had a chance of coming back, unlike normal, and he kept on handballing it away.
No, he's done that for 4 years. Seriously. He has not been the same guy since 2021.
Oh, I know that. But I'm just saying, this was actually a chance for you to come back. If it was anyone else in that team.
No, you know what normally happens when we're coming back? We have a guy next to him in the midfield. The guy with number 7 on his back.
Good footballer he
Fuck
is.
you, Brad Scott.
All right, quick update. Umpires up to 25 gazillion after that Monday game.
Class.
Disaster class. MRO says 100, but could go up with the Durham decision.
Yeah, it's debacle.
And then Tasmania is at, and I just need to make sure I get this right.
What did you write?
Oh, it's a lot.
I think that's 1 quintillion.
Yes, 1 quintillion. They are screwed.
Yeah, no,
The Devils aren't happening.
The emergency government.
The Darwin Crocodiles.
Silly politicians.
What on earth was that?
That was something.
What on earth was that? All right, let's
What
get
was that?
What was that?
All rise for the Cripps Dacos medal.
Stop doing the trumpet. No one likes it. Oh, this is delusion.
I'm very delusional. I'm very tired. Cripps Dacos medal. Let's get through it. I want to get the job of Andrew Dillon, so I'm going to zoom through my ones here. Hawthorn versus Bulldogs. 1 vote, Marbial Child. 2 votes, Jai Newcomb. 3 votes, Matthew Kennedy.
Don't you do it?
Yeah, I'll go. Wet game. Adelaide versus the Lions. We've given 1 vote to Jasper Fletcher. 2 votes to Ben Keys. 3 votes to Will Ashcroft.
Now, on to the absolute ball fest at MCG. 1 vote, Isaac Heaney. 2 votes, Brody Grundy. And 3 votes, Nick Blakey.
To wet weather footy in Geelong, we had 1 vote to Tom Stewart, 2 votes to Brian Myers, and 3 votes to Max Sherlock Holmes.
Up to the really fun and entertaining capital city of Canberra. Giants versus Power. 1 vote to Tom Green. 2 votes to Connor Rozee and 3 votes to Zach Butters.
Now to the worst game of all time. North versus Eagles. 1 vote, Jai Simpkin. 2 votes, Harry Sheasel. And 3 votes, Chloe McKercher.
The Battle of the G, or what I call the Battle of the Ethnics. Blues versus Bombers. 1 vote, Ollie Hollands. 2 votes, Duke Bart. 3 votes, George Hewitt.
You are definitely delusional.
Nice. Finish off with the big phrase of the day, the slide. Melbourne versus Collingwood. 1 vote to Jeremy Howe. 2 votes to the 87-year-old Scott Pendlebury. And 3 votes to the best Dacos of them all, Josh Dacos.
Best on the day.
Yeah, Josh, Peter, then Nick.
Yep.
Looking for Barissa! Oh my words! But Australia looking for a quick comeback. They've got it! Tim Cahill! Astonishing! No help whatsoever. Matthew Leckie! What a goal.
Australian football, it's back. It's better than ever. Australia are going to the 2026 World Cup, most likely.
We're not just going there, we're going to win it.
Yep. We're going to America and Canada and Mexico and we're going to win it.
Leads off Australia's win the World Cup.
Okay, we defeated Japan in
What?
Perth.
1-0.
1-0. Aziz Behic scored his first goal in 13 years.
I love our shithouse wins against second teams.
I loved how Simon Hill was shit talking Behic till the last minute and then he scores.
It's because he doesn't do anything till the last minute.
89th minute winner. Goal on the siren. Top right bins was a great finish too.
No, it was awful. Awful kick. Great finish.
Yeah.
Awful kick. Great
Great,
finish.
great, terrible cross. Great finish. It's the first time Australia have beaten Japan in 16 years. It's been a long time. We're not going to explain that Japan played their C or B team and they'd already qualified, so they didn't care. We still won.
Yeah, they didn't win the group by like 8 points before that game.
Yeah, they had already qualified, but that was Japan's first loss in 2 years. So
What, since the last World Cup?
2023.
Okay.
Yeah, World Cup.
Yeah.
No, it was qualification. They lost to someone. But Japan's streak ends, but that doesn't matter. They go on the World Cup as well. Australia are pretty much 99% guaranteed to go, in my opinion. The only way we can miss automatic qualification is if we play Saudi Arabia on Wednesday morning. If we lose to Saudi Arabia by 4 or more goals, then we have to go the harder route to go to I think it's the third round or whatever it is.
Another round for like the teams just below Australia.
So we're playing Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia haven't won 4-0 since 2023 when they defeated Pakistan 4-0.
Good team, that.
We're not as bad as Pakistan.
Popovich is about as bad.
No. No, Popovic's defense, and then we score a lucky goal, and he celebrates like he's won the World Cup.
Yeah, but the difference is when Popovich gets it wrong, he gets it wrong. Really wrong.
Yeah, it's like he's like a direct replica of Graham Arnold.
No.
They're very similar.
Very similar. Both terrible in their own different ways.
Both terrorize their football. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
But so we play Wednesday morning against Saudi Arabia. A loss, a win, or a draw pretty much guarantees us qualification. Because I think it's 2 teams each from Asia in each group.
Yeah.
So far, I believe it's
Japan.
Korea, Jordan, Japan, hopefully us, Uzbekistan, and who else am I missing?
There's more teams this year.
Iran. Yeah, because there's 36 teams now in the World
Isn't
Cup.
more?
It
Is
is.
it 40, like, it looks like 48.
46 maybe.
No,
Yeah.
48's the next one. It's 32.
I think it's 36
No, it's
or 30.
32.
It's 32
No, it's
normally.
normally you are right. There's a lot of new teams. I can't wait to go in the World Cup and we'll play Denmark, France, and that. We'll go get through.
The same group we play every time.
I want Fed Square to open up again. We need Fed Square back up.
Amy Park, but less on the ground.
During NRL season.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant. In sad news though, well, sad for Australians. For Daniel Levy, he's happy. Ange Postecoglou has been just told by the board he's been let go after winning a European trophy, and now the Tottenham fans are pissy.
God, the most Tottenham of Tottenham things in all of history.
Yeah, get rid of your only winning manager of a trophy.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling now it's not the manager's fault. Maybe it's. I think it might be Daniel Levy.
What?
No way.
That's a hot take.
That's a really hot take. I'm not going to say what I wrote down, but he is one. Look, the players were at open revolt. They said beforehand, literally a day beforehand, if Angel gets sacked, we're leaving. And what happens the next day? Bang, he's gone.
Well, the players
Why?
actually like him, and I just want to get when they had not Postecoglou won a European trophy. Yes, they had a shit year. Give him another year. They had a very injury-riddled year. It's not like they were healthy. Try and get in a good, competent striker. Try and get Sane on loan is what they're rumoured with. Get some nice players to help bolster that squad. Some healthy players. But again, Spurs did it with Pochettino.
Pochettino too early.
Pochettino took them to a Champions League final. They lost and they sacked him a year later. They did it with Jose Mourinho.
Well, I was a little bit more.
Yeah. They did it with I've gone blank on his name. Conte, yes. They did it with Nuno, my manager, Nuno Espirito. Yeah, it's definitely Tottenham's fault. It's not the manager's.
Well, how bad are they going to be next season now?
Well, they're losing about half their squad, I reckon.
I think they're going to get relegated.
They won't get relegated. They won't. They're not that bad.
Oh.
You're closer to getting relegated than them.
Okay, that's not on. No. You're closer to relegation than we are.
Nah, we're good.
Shut up.
We're getting Jokeres.
No, where is this money? You've already spent 70 million on Acuna.
Yeah.
You're going to spend another 60 million to get Mbuemo.
Yeah. Do you know what we do?
What?
We put it over 40 billion years. They're all still getting paid in 10 billion years' time.
Oh, you're doing the Chelsea.
Yeah. $1 this year, and then $1 next year, and then $1
You are not
next
getting
year.
Jokeres.
But then staff members, you can't eat food on site.
Yeah, that's the good way. That's a good way to run a club, isn't it?
Ethical.
Taylor Siddle's got a hat-trick on his birthday! Not yet, he hasn't guilty!
What are you doing here? Oh, just listening to some Spotify, mate. Yeah, just listening to some tunes.
All right, guys. Now, to be honest, I completely forgot this sport existed for like 4 months. But cricket's back.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
been a while.
Been a while since
I
I've
love
seen-
this
since
sport.
I've seen the bat and ball getting around.
I love this sport.
Australia's back in action. The Test side. The World Test Championship finals on.
Yes, it is.
Got South Africa on Wednesday night. It'll be
Yes,
starting, I believe.
at Lords,
Lords,
home of cricket.
We've never
Just a square ground.
So bad.
Square ground with a slope.
Lords, a ground where Australia's never caused any dramas ever.
Oh, never.
We definitely did anything.
Never ever.
Didn't do anything there last
We've
time.
never done anything bad in England ever.
Shut up the Poms. Anyway, got South Africa for the World Test Championship final. Looking to go back to back.
Correct.
Won
yes.
it last time, reigning champions.
Yes.
Boys, how do we think we're going to set up the squad. How do you reckon we're going to go?
So I'd say we're the favourites going to this game. South Africa have played a lot of good cricket recently. I think the squad there got at the moment, especially their bowling lineup, is really sort of is probably the more damaging thing. That with the bat they're okay. I don't think they have really any damaging bats compared to Australia.
No.
I think you have what's the thick guy's name?
What?
A thick bum.
Tim Bavuma.
Yeah,
He's
Bavuma.
not a threat.
Thick bum.
He's
That's
not.
what I call him. He's probably
He's
their
just
most dangerous bat.
Not
that
sure
have-
there's someone better than Bavuma.
They have someone else maybe. I'll get back to you.
Is Aidan Markham still going around? Because he was good for a few years there.
Let's have a look.
I remember the last time we played South Africa in Test cricket was a few summers ago, and their batting was terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they bowled the shit out of us.
But yeah,
Oh,
again,
nah, not
like
even.
I said,
Right.
they got. So if we're going off their last test against New Zealand, Razzie van der Dusen, he's actually quite a good bat. He bats number 3 for them. Aidan Markram still going around. David
Klaassen.
Miller actually. David Miller is a classy.
And Henry Klaassen.
I'm
was a
actually
good player.
undermined. And then obviously you're bowling. You got Marco Jansen, Rabada, Ngidi. I think Ngidi's a
Norkia,
great.
is he still going around?
I don't think Norkia's playing. Marco Jansen's probably the best all rounder in the world.
He's up there.
He's so good. Like
Tall.
him and
By Webster.
no, not Bo. Not fucking Bo.
Should he
Cam Green are going to go that for
actually,
years. Not Bo.
Let's move on to South Africa. Let's talk about the Australian team.
Yes.
What do you want to see? Particularly, I think I'm more interested in what you think we should do for our batting.
I
'Cause
think
the bowling's pretty set.
I think you look at it. There's only about 3 bats I think that are guaranteed to play that are set.
You got Travi Head at 5.
I got Travie Head at 5, Smith at
Smith.
4, and I'd have Marnus at
Or-
1 or 2. I'd still have Marnus for his experience, especially in this sort of test
I'm
one.
definitely going Uzi as well.
Yeah.
Uzi has to open.
Then I think you play. I think Marnus bats at 3. I think.
So who
Was Cam Green come in for him?
No, because I'm leaving him out of this team for this test because I'm saying you open with I'm going blank on his name.
Sam Constas?
Yes, Constas.
Reverse
Why to go?
rank.
You have Constas and Kawaja open, especially against a bowling lineup like South Africa, very heavily paced. Don't really have too much spinning option besides Maharaj.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I don't think Sam Constance is very scared by any sort of stage.
No.
I
think coming out on Boxing Day.
And raping Bumrah.
I think out of all of them, he's the one to go with. And then 6, I would go. Look, you could. I'd probably have Carey at 6, and then I would have. I'd go by Webster. I think.
You're picking Webster.
I think because if you pick Cam Green, you're picking him just as a bat. He's not able to bowl just yet.
Is he not?
No, he's not allowed to bowl until around the summertime.
Okay.
So
I
you
would still take his batting over Marnus.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh no, but Marnus loves Lords. He loves England.
Marnus has not made a run for 4
Marnus
years.
is awful.
Yeah, but he has a thing for playing in England. He loves it. So that's why I'm
He
thinking
loves
maybe.
cricket. Doesn't mean he's good
Oh,
at it.
yeah.
You love cricket. You're not good at it.
Fuck up. That's him, not me.
I don't play cricket.
Yeah, because you don't love it. You're not good.
I don't
Well,
love
you
it.
just completely missed your point then.
I'd go with that. And then the bowling is probably one thing interesting. Do you bring in Josh Hazlewood, who again is a fiend in England,
He is
or
playing.
or do you give Scott Boland the Duke?
Oh, no. I'm picking Cummins, Stark, and Hazelwood.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think.
I love Scott with all my heart, but
It's gonna
Josh Hazelwood at Lords
Oh,
is
so with a Duke ball, the ball that swings even more. Oh,
Yeah,
I'd
and
love.
then
I love the Duke ball. I think the
Yeah.
Duke ball's so good.
nice.
That's the one thing I like
Thanks,
about
mate.
England.
This is
And
gonna
then
be-
you have to keep Stark. You have to have a left armour
Oh yeah,
as
so
a change. Obviously, Paddy's.
I think we
first round
have.
pick,
This is
so.
the second one of the greatest trio of fast bowlers Australia's had since you've
Yeah.
had McGrath.
Warning.
McGrath, no, Warney wasn't a pace bowler.
Okay, well,
You had McGrath. I was supposed to say Lee.
Binger?
Yeah, Lee
Bollywood.
and who was the other one? No, we had
Gillespie.
Gillespie. Yeah,
Yeah.
even when you had Lily Thompson and I can't remember who the third one was.
Oh, back in I remember
Back
that.
in- back in-
I remember those.
Back
days.
when I was when I was a minus 20-year-old sperm.
Yeah.
What a statement on the pod.
Yeah. This team is obviously they've been around as a group for years.
How long do we have left for these guys? You reckon?
One more summer.
I reckon all of them will go up this summer.
If they win the Ashes,
They'll do a Glenn Maxwell.
Yeah, if they win the Ashes, I can see
Smith retire.
Smith, Kawaja.
Definitely Uzi. Uzi's 100%
This is last summer.
Well, I think Constance won't retire. Marnus loves cricket. He'll play till he's 50.
But we get dropped before then. So
Yeah,
don't
hopefully.
worry.
Head's not going anywhere anytime soon. Carey's not going to retire anytime soon.
I think honestly,
Green's
like
fine.
Lyon and Stark are at the very
I'd say Hazelwood's probably going to be the first of the bowlers. You normally play a bit longer as a spinner because it's not as demanding on your body.
37.
Yeah, again, Warney played till he was 40.
I
Warner's
reckon.
different.
I reckon Nathan will probably bow out after the summer.
Yeah. He's been
Yeah,
the number one
it's
spinner
probably
for 15 years.
you'll lose a couple. We don't because my issue is we don't have a good enough backup spinner once he leaves. This is the same issue we had when Warney retired.
What do you mean? Nathan Horrocks was great.
Stuart McGill, aka Kuna Benedis squad. This without the
Stuart
certain
McGill's
extra
the
stuff.
greatest spinner Australia's ever had that couldn't play because we had Shane Warne.
I really like Jason Crozier.
Are we just going to obscure cricket names like we did John 21st? I'll do this for days.
Xavier Doherty.
Don't make me get out of this seat.
Come on in.
He won't get in the water. He don't want to get his hair wet. Pretty boy.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh, Lord.
This round has two forces of magic: SGA at the free throw line and Dark Magic from Indiana.
Did you say this round?
The finals, yeah.
Yeah, it's the round of the finals.
Just say this fine. Next say.
Anyway.
Ignore it. Anywho.
This has been a great start of the series.
Oh,
Yeah.
could be. I think this could be one of the more entertaining finals we've had in a long time.
It probably is because for game one, OKC cruising through.
Well, I think I was watching it like fleetingly at work with about 5 minutes left. Thought this is over. I'm going to win. How do you win a game when you leave for the last 0.3 seconds and that's it?
Tyrese didn't show up to the fourth quarter, but he didn't need to because when you do that,
He didn't do anything all game.
when you do that, you can do whatever you want, Tyrese.
That was ridiculous. That
That's
was the most ridiculous one of the lot this final.
That's his fourth buzzer beater he's hit this final series.
Yeah.
He's hit 5 in his career. That's third all time now.
It's ridiculous. That once again, probably a better shot than the New York one.
Yeah.
I think it's more ridiculous.
More on the line.
And he took on two people at once instead of New York.
It was so. I think he's really being called the most overrated player by the amongst his fans.
very
to
personally.
heart.
Turns out none of the NBA players know basketball.
No.
No, crazy
Well,
that.
especially in that game, you look as well. Pacers had spaced out scoring. I think they had 6 players who scored double digits.
That's Hayes
Yeah,
every,
they do it and it works. I said this to Jimmy yesterday. I'm going to split this out. NBA, to win a ring now, you can't be through a big 3. You need to have 8 good players
move
now.
past that.
Because it's at the point where it's like, you need to know when your star's on the bench, you have good enough players to be able to help hold that lead. That's why we don't see teams like Denver struggle. That's why we see teams like the Lakers struggle, because they don't have that depth down low.
Honestly, I don't think a team has won a championship with a big 3 call like that since the bubble Lakers. I think
No, but even the bubble Lakers had really good depth. I'd say since Golden State.
yeah, almost.
Well, that's big 4. That's different. Your team was still deep.
Do not put Draymond Green in that same conversation as
was
those
good
other
then.
3.
He was good then.
Maybe the last team was Toronto.
We had a big 5 theoretically with DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, and your team was elite. Like, while it wasn't good on paper, your team would just randomly have people. Courtney Lee made a career out of being a bench player for Golden
Mate,
State.
that's why when we won our first flag in 2014-15, our bench we had Sean Livingston, Leandro Barbosa, and Maurice Spates.
Yeah, and all of them.
Festus Ezeli.
Oh, Festus. Oh, fucking Festus. I love Festus. Sean Livingston
Anyway.
never missed a mid-range. He hit everything.
Anyway, rock track.
Anyway. Well, look what happened in the second game. OKC decided, hey, let's use our bench players properly.
Caruso with 20.
Yeah. The second quarter they really blew it out and they went on a 17-2 run, and then from there, just foot in the throat, held the Pacers at bay. No more dark magic.
No children sacrificed today in Indiana.
Is Alex Caruso the best whiteboard player in the NBA?
Best one since Jason Kidd.
Well, I think there's not many left.
What whiteboard players?
Ball players, yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron's bald.
White.
Oh, but you didn't say white. You said bald.
No, like I meant like white ball.
Oh, white bald.
LeBron's still just losing hair, like one hair.
LeBron could be white.
LeBron chooses to be bald.
LeBron
because it
could be
makes him more
white.
aerodynamic.
LeBron chooses life.
Did you see the video of him at Bryce's graduation?
He's so goated.
Oh, but it has been a great series so far. I'm looking forward. I think Pacers are now in the front seat because they've got that win on the road. Now they've theoretically got the home court advantage.
Game 3 is a is going to be
what?
I reckon whoever wins game 3 wins the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if Pacers win game 3, that puts them up 2-1, still at home. If they lose that, it's 2-2. But I think if they can go 3-1 up, no team's ever lost 3-1 up in the NBA finals besides one team. And there's no LeBron to save OKC this time.
No, but they have nonchalant
aura, man.
Yeah.
And Chet Holmgren, who looks like
Jack Harlow, but tall.
Yeah, but pull your pants up. You went to a private school. Pull your pants up.
Chet is the most spaced out. He's got nothing going on in his brain.
No,
it's just a space head.
Nothing.
He's a space cadet, is what he is.
He's genuine, no brain.
And then you got Jalen Zesty Williams.
Which one? There's 2 of them.
They're both zesty.
I want to see him team up with Scotty Barnes.
Scotty
Imagine
Barnes
the zest.
or Jared McCain.
No, Scotty Barnes.
I reckon Jared McCain loved me.
Put those two. Willie, what are you doing?
Drink her own urine and lick the floor.
Why on earth are you brawling in the streets before the game even starts?
So you're somehow not number 1.
You're just massive.
All right, guys. At the final part of the show again, melon of the week. There's no more melons to do. We've done them all.
We'll find one next week.
Pickle melon.
I'll create one in the lab.
we peaked at pickle melon, I think.
Yep.
Don't know by now. Melon of the week is the time where we look at 5 different people, organisations, things that happen in the sports media world that we find our stories for, and we just laugh at them and rip at them.
We do. We do.
It's a fun time.
It is very fun.
I'm going to kick us off. Number 5, we spoke, obviously, touched on cricket. One of the guys who will be there at Lords this week, playing for South Africa, is the leading man of the attack, fast bowler, Kagiso Rabada.
Kagiso.
Very good player, actually.
Very fast.
Very good bowler. Been a good bowler for a long time.
Why are you looking at me like that?
He bowls fast.
You amaze me.
Okay. Cut that.
No, keep going.
Anyway, it was found out earlier this year that Kagiso, he was banned for a month from the IPL.
Yeah, it was a month. Yeah. Not from the IPL, from just cricket in general.
Yeah, it was hidden under wraps. Has been revealed that ban was for testing positive to cocaine. Use of cocaine.
We were aware. I think it was said that he was caught doping, but then we didn't know what drug it was.
Yeah. So
It was a recreational kind.
yeah. But you can't be doing that.
No.
Come on, Kagiso. No better. He's still free to play this week.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Yeah, you're good now.
If you want advice on how to get away with it, talk to Bailey Smith. He's probably your best source of advice.
AFL meeting at his house on Thursday night.
Yeah, not
Off-field
I don't think it's
activities.
probably it's best source of advice.
No, Kagiso, come on, man. You've been around the sporting landscape for a long time. You should be knowing better. You're a melon.
Maybe it makes him bowl faster.
Oh my god.
I can't tell you what it would do.
White lightning.
Oh my god. All right, number 4 this week, and we're heading across to Italy. Inter Milan just got knocked out of the Champions League final in disgraceful
Quite
form.
literally knocked out.
Knocked the fuck out. Now it's becoming alleged, and this isn't confirmed fully yet, but apparently Inter Milan are part of the biggest financial scandal in Italian football.
That's hard to do.
Since Juventus got relegated to Serie B for their antics a long time ago.
With Buffon.
Oh, there's plenty of people.
Plenty of
involved in
people, yeah.
that. Now, basically, what a report has revealed is that Inter Milan have had 300 million in revenue given to them through fake sponsorships, which is just called fraud.
Yeah, that's genuine. That's setting up a fake account to launder money.
Yep. So this is all alleged, obviously, but it's basically they set up Asian sponsors.
I did see this.
Because Inter's owners were originally Asian. They were bought out in the last about
Chinese, I think.
Chinese, yeah. They were bought out about 5 years ago because most of the people who own the clubs there went broke.
Correct.
Now, the bypass financial play, they just gave them money through fake sponsors. Now, while other clubs were happy to hide it, apparently Inter avoided it because there's mafia-connected ultras scaring teams from reporting it.
There's a mafia in Italy.
What?
Wow.
In Milan.
So we'll see what happens from this. But right now, Inter look like they might be relegated to Serie D.
That is punishment for losing a championship.
No, because it would take about 2 years to get punishment, like City have taken to get punished.
Yeah, well, that's
That still doesn't even come out either, too.
It won't come out for a while still, even then.
It
And
was
it'll probably be like
a month ago.
little step on the wrist. Anyway, for allegedly committing fraud, Inter, you're a big melon.
Big melon.
Number 3, we're going to go over to India in the IPL as
Lots of cricket this week.
yeah, lots of cricket. IPL is the biggest. I think it's the biggest league in the world.
Well, for cricket.
Just no league. I think
Well,
it's
it's
the
definitely-
most watched league in the world.
It's definitely
Because
not the
just
American
Indians
one.
watch it. What?
It's definitely not the American one.
What?
The new one. The
No.
American
No, that's the
Major League Cricket.
Major League Cricket.
Yeah.
That's good.
The IPL. We had new crown champions in RCB. I think that's
Royal Challengers Bengaluru.
Yes, they won. They had likes of Virat Kohli and Josh Hazelwood, big names in the team. As you know, Virat Kohli is like an icon in India.
What?
They like
What, Scott Boland's son?
They think he's Jesus,
Scott Boland's son?
or not Jesus. Whatever they're Buddha. I think he's Buddha.
No, you can,
Just stop.
he's Scott Boland's son.
Yeah.
But they had celebrations to sort of commemorate what they achieved. They had a lot of people come out. They were expecting maybe a couple 100,000. Almost 1 million to 2 million people rocked up to this event.
That's a Kohli effect, that is.
So there was obviously stampedes happened. 11 people have died from this stampede. From a team
How is
winning
this-
a cricket championship.
How is this third in a list?
11
Shows how
people have
bad one and
died
two are.
in the IPL celebrations.
Calm down, guys.
It has also been revealed that the government expressed concerns about crowd safety and tried to move the celebrations, but they didn't want to move it. So a lot of people have died, as well as like there's images here on the streets of just like people's shoes just lost. And so what we're learning is Indians love their cricket.
Well, really?
Really?
They will die for their cricket.
No, yeah, they will.
They will.
As we can see, there's 11 died. So
Or just Virat Kohli. in
for
general.
RCB, for having the parade in the city and causing stampedes, you guys are melons.
Just the whole event's a melon.
Yeah. Now, number 2, throwback here. Seattle Supersonics legend, Sean Kemp.
So good in 2K.
He's got a good dunk on him.
He's got a good dunk on him. He's also got a good good pedigree to sell here. So last week, he pleaded guilty to second degree assault.
Who's number 2?
You'll find out.
What has happened this week?
Now, basically, this was in Tacoma, Washington.
That explains it.
Anyway, so Kemp apparently was trying to retrieve stolen goods, and ended up shooting a vehicle.
Allegedly.
No, this is
Allegedly.
he
No, it's
pleaded
alleged.
guilty. No, he pleaded guilty.
Oh.
So, because his claim was that he was acting in self-defense because the people stole his stuff, so he could shoot them. Now, no one was actually injured.
Free will.
That's why gun laws are terrible.
Yeah, no one was actually injured, but obviously, it's still assault. You still shot at someone with a gun.
Still not on.
Sean, what the? You're rich enough to not be worrying about your cell phone.
I know you're a good defender, but this defense mechanism isn't working.
Oh God. Anyway, Sean, you're a massive melon.
Somehow not number 1, because number 1, boy oh boy, we have a good one here. And this relates to a guy named Shem Tatupu. If you haven't heard this name, it's probably because you don't know who he is. But he played.
Oh, that's a hot take. I'll get this thing.
But a former AFL and NRL rookie. He never played any games for AFL. He was listed in Hawthorn, so played for the Box Hill Hawks.
Yep.
Also was listed on for Melbourne Storm, I believe.
Yeah.
So he played in VFL from about 2012 to 2015, then NRL in 2016 and 2018. But he has recently been charged by the Melbourne Magistrate Court with attempted murder. So this charge is relating to an alleged family violence matter.
Does it keep getting worse?
Yes. So he's be facing Melbourne Magistrate Court in August for this hearing. We don't know any more details because it hasn't been released. But separately, not related to that incident, he's been charged with something else, with intentionally causing serious injury or harm to another person. So he has to go to the Moorabbin Magistrate Court at the end of this month.
Could be room.
And then in August, he goes to the Melbourne Magistrate Court.
Oh my God.
So what I'm hearing is this guy doesn't like people and results to violence.
That's some hard hitting analysis.
This is what the
go to the corner report,
this is
isn't
what the Run It challenge does to rugby people.
You'll be having a day off that day. Can you go to the court and have a look at what's
I'll
going
get
on?
I'll bring the phone and the journalism. Have the Uneducated Nuffies
Why did you do that?
piece on it. Can you please tell me what went through your mind?
Shem, what are you doing?
But-
No, you'd be good at chasing people down.
Get here. But Deshem Tatupu for for attempted murder.
no, it's
No, it's
alleged.
alleged.
Allegedly.
No, because there's charges laid.
No,
No,
allegedly.
that doesn't mean it's proven yet.
Oh, it's attempted.
Learn your justice system. Come on now.
Allegedly attempted murder and also intentionally causing serious injury. You are our melon of the week.
Oh wow! Thank
Potentially
goodness
Melon
it's
of the
over.
Year.
He's gonna be close. If we get to August and the first thing comes through, and it's proven guilty, at that point we can probably put him through the year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a decade.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not good.
Anyway,
thank goodness this pod's now over.
long weekend we
Tired-
had.
tired
Very
podcast is
tired. Very late at night. Apologies, boys, for keeping you up. I have a job to maintain my order and get paid. I like money.
You're such a corrupt man.
What a hot take that.
I have to pay for all the beers we drank yesterday.
No, they were free on the house. Don't know where they come from, but
I know where they came from. Yours and my bank account.
I'm struggling to feed the
And
family.
guess what? In a week and a half, the boys hit Gold Coast.
You sound so dumb when you say that. we
We're
need to
going
sort
on a
out.
holiday.
Yeah, we need to sort out the.
Should we dress up as in like sunny clothes next week for the podcast?
No, it'd be
Go on.
freezing fucking cold here.
It's about 7 degrees in Melbourne. I'm good.
I've got to buy my budgie smugglers for Goldie as well.
Shut
But we will be doing a podcast live from the Gold Coast.
Not
Should we do it live?
Not live.
No.
Do it live. Do a live podcast.
10 beers deep. No,
We're doing a podcast and we'll be having a special guest join us that week as well.
he loves Tim English.
Beloved Bulldog supporter. Not Bevo. Not the Bev
Should we
show.
invite Bevo on this pod?
Not the Bev show. Bring the Bev show.
Who will Bevo punch first?
We'll get the Bev show. No.
Sure.
We'll get the Bev show and we'll get Jason Gillespie. No.
Jason
Patrick Gillespie. And they can just interact.
Okay, that's the end of the pod.
It's so late. Let's go to bed.
I'm sleepy. I'm Ethan Stone.
I'm James Isles.
I'm John Tipero.
Stay Nuffin.